Hey guys, the Darden with Darden.com, and of course the house of biceps. Alright guys, I'm here at the house of biceps today. I did some squats, did some overhead press. I've got a couple of clients and a couple of friends who've had some issues with their overhead pressing, and I think I can answer a lot of the questions all in one video. So the big question right off the bat, it all kind of ties in together. That is learning when to actually push with your shoulders and triceps, arms and hands. How to learn to finish the push on the push press, or to finish the push to drop under on the jerk. And the third one, okay, maybe there are only two that I can think of. I'll think of the third one later. And the last one, until I can think of what the third one was, we'll say that the last one is learning which part of the foot you should be applying pressure against the floor with for an optimal overhead drive. So let's go ahead and see if we can start with using the feet and how to use the feet, what to press with. Basically, if we look at our feet, just as if our hands, whenever you dip down, which your dip down should be somewhere around 10% of your total height. I always get confused when I see people dip super slow and super deep and then go to drive up. This is the same concept principle as bouncing off the chest on a bench press, or maybe bouncing out of the hole on a squat. If you're bench pressing, there's a big difference between taking it down, stopping, and then pressing, compared to taking it down like a lightning bolt, bouncing and coming back up. Part of that is the bounce, although you're not going to get a springboard bounce off your chest or belly or whatever you're hitting. But the faster you go down, the faster you're going to come back up. Even with a shirted bench press, you never want to go down slow. And I am one of those people that the more weight I put on the bar, the slower I tend to take the bar down. So the number one cue for me on the bench press is speed. Take that sucker down. Same thing. Take the bar down quick. Even if you have to pause, you're going to be able to fly back up quicker as well. So when you dip down, it's not going to be a slow dip down. It's got to be quick. Just like you're going to jump. If you were standing up and you had to jump and touch the basketball rim, you wouldn't dip down slow and then jump. You're going to be down here, dip, and go. Quick dip, quick up. You're not going to dip too far down. You're not going to get anything extra out of the lower dip. But just picture how you would do it if you were trying to drive up. Now, as far as the pressure points on your feet, if this were your feet, as you go to dip down, the weight is going to be on the blade of the foot, the outer part of the foot. As you go to squat down, the weight is going to tilt on the outer part of the foot. As you go to come up, it's going to tilt back towards the end and up on the toes. Down, blade, pushes the knees out when you hit the blade of the foot, pushes the knees out, which is good. You don't want the knees going forward. That's where you get the knee pain from on overhead press. Blade of the foot, knees go out, short dip and drive, so the chest is still up, not bent forward, not inclined back, but so the chest is still up, short dip down, quick dip down, blade of the foot, drive up, heels, toes, and that's where the push press begins and ends, guys. So with that in mind on the push press, you have to learn to finish the push press. I see a lot of people dipping and pushing, dipping and pushing. They didn't get on their toes, they start pushing off of their shoulders. If you are pushing using the shoulders, chest, triceps, whatever muscles you have, before you lock out your knees or before you hit your toes, then you just killed all of your leg drive. You really did nothing. You have to look at it as a car, maybe going down the road and hitting a brick wall. You want to go through that wall, or a punch. If you're wanting to punch through something, and you're going to use your legs to do it, you can't start punching before your back leg is kicked out. And your back leg has to be kicked out as the arm's going. It has to be timed correctly. Okay? You can't start punching now, and then I'm going to use my back leg after the punch has already landed. It's a really bad analogy, but I hope you understand what I'm saying here. If you want to get the most out of your leg drive, you have to finish driving up before you start pushing. So ideally, your leg drive should bring the log to at least nose level. That's a log, because at nose level, your hands are going to be at the top of your head. If you're a weightlifter using a weightlifting bar, your push press should be with a bar already above your head, and it's just a little bit of a lockout to press it out. Okay? With a log, it is going to be a little bit different. The balance is a little bit different, and your hands are in the center of the log, not on the bottom. They're on the center of the log. So now that I've had no warm-up on the log, let me see if I can probably not do what I'm telling you you should be doing. So what I hope to actually do is get the log in a good cleaned position. I want to dip down, drive up, and let the log carry through based off my leg drive alone. No arms, no shoulders, no press whatsoever. All I want is some leg drive to drive the log up. If the log does not come off my chest by leg use only, then I'm not properly using my legs. If you cannot learn to use your legs, well, then you have to learn to use your legs. You're missing out on a whole lot. You can't push press up. You can't dip to jerk underneath it, to drop underneath it and catch it. It's still a strict press if you can't use your legs properly. Oh, my body hurts. Oh. Oh boy, I really hope that works out well in slow motion. I'm hoping what you can see is that I have my elbows up, my chest up, my body in decent posture. I make a quick dip on the way down. I drive back up, all the way up onto my toes as the log continues to move after I've fully extended up. And then I'm holding it for a millisecond with my hands. I can feel the log in my hands, but the log hopefully is above eye level, well above nose level, before I start feeling any pressure in my hands whatsoever. So guys, I hope that answers just a couple of your questions. Getting the right foot position, don't forget to start on the blade, onto the heel, and then onto the toes. And then simply practice on your push press drive. Not using your arms, not using your shoulders at all, until the push on the press has completed its push on the press. Well, all right, guys, I've got some PRs to break. We'll catch you on the flip side. Have a good one, guys.